Wembley's really important to me because it's somewhere I grew up and within a touching distance from my house. It's a massive part of my childhood. Watching the stadium get built from scratch, and it's something that I always used to ride past on my bike and see. Being in love with football at such a young age, it was always a dream of mine to play in Wembley Stadium. It is an unbelievable feeling every time I walk out of Wembley, especially going to school close by as well. And I used to always talk about football in the classroom, and we had teachers that used to say to you, what makes you any special than the 1 million kids that are trying? The same teacher that said that to me, I remember I had a trial for Middlesex and I didn't get in. A week or 2 weeks after that, I got called up to England on the 16s for the Victory Shield. Come back in with my shoulders high, head high, got 2 assists, and that same teacher was, buzzing for me and happy for me. And then that was another massive turning point for me in terms of knowing that football is about opinions and about if someone likes you, so it's not to get disheartened. I think that's always been a massive factor for me, is how I had that resilience to do what I wanted to do. Trust is a massive thing, and for me, that's the most important thing in my life, having people around you that you trust. Not everyone that you see that laughs and smiles with you is your friend. Not everyone that you see around you means you well. From a young child, that's been my #1 message from my mum. My mum's principles were always, if we're there for each other, you can get through anything. My sister, she was just a child herself, and she had that much responsibility on herself. Knowing that mum had to go to work, sometimes she had to take me to training. I can never look back now and think of one time of her complaining. She always went out of her way, and I'm grateful for her doing that. If my mum or my sister ever see me trying to get too out of place, they'll knock me right back down to earth. 14, 15, 16, say a bit of 17. So confident. Then there was a gap between 17 and 20. I don't know what happened to me. I became a softie, The first time I've ever become a professional and first time experiencing certain stuff. I just think I was so used to people talking so positive about me in terms of football. At 15, being bought by Liverpool and playing for the first team so young, everything was so nice. And then it was just a switch where I just left, and it was, oh, he's not good again. I didn't play for City yet, but he was not good again. He'll never be what he thinks he's going to be. It wasn't just fans, it was like professional players that you look up to, that you watched on telly when you were a kid. To hear them write you off, and now I get it, but at the time it was a bit hard for me to take. After a while you realise that it's nothing personal, it's just people doing their jobs, and you've got to be professional and you've got to behave correctly.
Raheem Sterling has accused newspapers of helping to fuel racism.
A huge debate about racism in football and the role the media
spoke out
plays
about the alleged abuse he received at the weekend.
What Raheem Sterling has done is a game changer.
This is a moment for us. It's just what happens from here.
It's nice to hear good things about yourself, but it's not for me in terms of, for my public image. Is actually trying to make people hear what you're trying to say, and not just what I'm trying to say, but the other players that I've been facing. It's not just in the past year, but throughout their careers. It's not something that I thought, yeah, this is going to cause a big debate. It was just something that, I thought I had to get off my chest. When you're in the attacking positions, people judge you by the important goals that, win vital games and help you win a trophy. These are things that people look back on. At a younger age, it was more about nutmegs and running around and looking fancy so I can show my friends little clips. But, nowadays, my first focus is trying to score and trying to create stuff. It's everything we're doing with maturing and growing as a person, and that's what I've been doing the last couple of years, is growing as a person. That's the most important thing. To be able to work with Pep Guardiola helped me massively in terms of confidence, in terms of putting the trust in you in massive games. For a young player at the time was, a massive deal. I've tried to repay him with hard work, and not just going out on the pitch and playing and enjoying, but hard work off it to make sure when these moments do come, I try to be there to help my team. The environment the manager's created is perfect. No one thinks they're guaranteed starters here. We all know our abilities, we all know what we bring to the team. There's not a single player here that has that mentality that they're better than anyone else.